Loading the digital contact list into the new Anytone D578 Triband mobile radio starting now.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, hey folks, good evening. Ham Radio 2.0, my name is Jason, I'm KC5HWB. On this channel, we do reviews and how-tos of everything that's new in amateur radio, so if that's something that interests you and you think you might want to follow, smash the like button down there and click on applaud if you find value in this specific video. So, right here, I will link my first video for the D578 Triband radio. And a little bit later on in here, there'll be another link come up for the second video I made, which is loading the code plug. Now, so here's what my radio looks like with the code plug loaded into it that I have. This is my, let's see, I think I've got... There we go. I've got, that's the P, I got the P3 button to switch between the top and the bottom bands there. So that's the top band. Texas Statewide is the name of my channel. KC5HWB is the name of my zone. And that's my home backyard repeater, which actually is not hooked up right now. You're going to see some stuff upcoming on that. It's a Bridgecom repeater. That one right there, the zone is called Hotspot, and the talk group is Texas Statewide DMR Link. You're going to see some videos upcoming on HB Link and DMR Link on this channel as well. So today we're going to look at loading the contacts. As I said, in fact, I just loaded it and switch over to the screen cap here. So I'm looking at, okay, so here's all the contacts. So the first thing you want to do, I suggest, is to do an export. Okay, when you get your code plug into your D578, whatever, it can be one channel, it can be 1,000 channels, doesn't matter. Okay, once you get your code plug in there, do an export. Go right here, go to Tool Export, choose Digital Contact List, this button right here. Okay, name the file something, just like that, and save it. Okay, and then once you save the file, you'll see the text in the field there. You haven't committed anything yet. You're just going to click on export, and it's going to export the file. Now, if you've only got a couple contacts in there or nothing at all, it's not going to do anything. I just loaded the entire database into this radio. Wanted to make sure I knew how it worked before I hit record on the camera, and it's going to take a while because it's a 10 megabyte file, 10 megabytes worth of text. So it's going to take a minute. Once you have the export, this is going to be something kind of what it looks like. Now, I am sorry to report, you have to have Microsoft Excel installed. Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel, whatever. Wasn't my decision. I tried this with OpenOffice because I have OpenOffice installed on this PC as well. Doesn't work with OpenOffice. I kept getting errors. I downloaded and installed a trial copy to Microsoft Office. It worked. I got a buddy of mine, special thanks to Mr. Green, who works for Microsoft. I get a friends and family discount on stuff there. So I just went ahead and purchased a home edition version of Microsoft Office, which is, I don't know, wasn't very much, on the friends and family discount. So sad to say, they've limited it. You have to have Excel installed, or it's not going to work. This is not an uncommon thing for the Chinese. Apparently, they think everybody over here uses Microsoft and loves paying for it. But whatever, that is just how it is. So your export is going to look something like this. You're going to have across the top here, number, radio ID, call sign, name, city, state, country, remarks, call type, and call alert. Okay, across the top of that file there, and then of course, you know, the number is just a numbering sequence for the radio itself. And then your radio ID is the subscriber, the person's subscriber ID that's downloaded from radioid.net, call signs, obviously. Now, I've got these repeaters in here, but these don't these aren't necessary. So what you want to do is go over here to radioid.net and download, go to radioid.net/database/dumps #! Okay. You can kind of get there from, if you go to database, yeah. There we go, database. And then if we go to, hold on. Actually, if you go to API, that's what it is. You go to API and you scroll down a little bit here. It says CSV, please see this link for CSV files. Right there, that's what you want. And you want the users.csv, which at the time of this recording is the second from the bottom. I can zoom in on that a touch. Just like that right there. That's what you want. Users.csv. At the time of this recording, we're at about 149,000. So click that, download it, and then you want to open that up, which looks like this right here. So this, yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so this is the complete database dump of all current users. This changes every day. Okay, so you're watching this video a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. You're going to be like, well, there's a lot more than that. Well, yeah, it changes every day. Okay, and I'm recording this video 2 or 3 weeks, well, 1 to 2 weeks before I'm going to actually post it. So, and they just go by, they go in order of radio ID on this list. So the most important thing, the reason I had you do the export first, and if you watched any of my other videos about doing the same thing, you're going to see why. All right, so this is, everybody's going to look a little bit different, and that's okay. The most important thing is the columns across the top. Okay? Number, radio ID, call sign, name, city, state, country, remarks, call type, and call alert. Okay, so for all of your call types you're going to have, I've got these as group call because this is holdover from an old code plug. You're going to want all of these as private call. Okay, but what you want to do is basically do a copy-paste job from here, radio ID, from this column and radio ID here, to this column called radio ID here. Okay, don't copy the name of the header itself, just copy the data, just copy the information. So all of this down here, all of these call signs, skip this top line that says radio ID, all regions, num reserved. Skip that one. You don't need that. Okay. First name, I didn't copy the last name. Didn't mess with that one. I copied this radio ID to here. You're going to leave the number column. And then you're going to copy call sign. You want to do this for the whole file. I'm not scrolling down the whole way right now, but you get the name, or you get the gist of it. Name, just like that. The city, state, and zip you can do all together. I'm sorry, city, state, and country you can do all together, just like that. Remarks you can leave blank. That's not important. You want to get private call, just like that. Copy that all the way down. Boom. And then for call alert, you leave it. You can leave it at none, and that's fine. You can set a call alert if you choose to. That's your choice. And then once you have that entire file, it will look something like, if I can find it, it will look something like this. That file, when it came out of when I first read it out of the radio, was 1 kilobyte. As you can see, it's 10,608 kilobytes now, which is 10 megabytes. Okay, so it's going to look something like this right here. Boom. It's going to have, and the numbers, you got to fill in all the numbers all the way down. There's 149,323. The way you fill in numbers on Excel all the way down is copy the first few, and then go up here to, over on the far right up here, fill, series, columns, linear. It'll come up this by default. Step value is 1. Just click OK, and it'll fill. You got to highlight all the columns, all the rows, and all the columns all the way down to the end. And it'll, since it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already in there, it'll just keep going up one number all the way to the bottom. So you do that there, but this is what it's going to look like. This is the file that I'm about to write into the radio. And so I'm going to save that somewhere. Save it somewhere you know where it's at. Close that file. I'm not going to save this one. And that's the one I just downloaded. I didn't make any real changes to that. Let's go back over here. So I'm going to go to Tool, Import. We're going to load a file, Digital Contact List. I'm going to go find that file that I just created, the 10 kilobyte one. There it is right there. I'm sorry, 10 megabyte one. 10,608 kilobytes. And I'm going to open it, and you've got it listed in the file name there. And you're going to click on Import. And this part's going to take a while because it's a 10 megabyte file full of nothing but text. That's a big file for just all text. For just all a file without any photos or videos or graphics of any kind, that's a big file. So it's going to take you a file. You just want to watch the screen and wait, and it'll come up with a small window that says Import Complete. And when you do the Import Complete, then we're going to write it to the radio, and that's going to take a little bit of time also. So I'm going to skip ahead, and we're going to show you how to write it to the radio. That took about 4 minutes. 3 to 4 minutes, not quite 5 minutes. Anyway, this is the window that will pop up. It'll say Import Complete. You click OK, and then it does that real quick, and it comes through there. I don't know exactly what. It's just kind of refreshing itself there, I think. I'm not sure. Goes there. Boom. And now it's imported into the CPS. Okay? It's not written to the radio. You've taken that 10 megabytes worth of information from the CSV file and imported it into the Anytone CPS. Now you need to write it. So now we're going to go back up here to Program, Write to Radio, or you can use this little button at the top too, Write to Radio. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. Do you wish to write? Click OK. And now, instead of writing other data, this is where it comes up by default. Other data is basically everything except your contact list, okay, which is your code plug, your channels, your zones, your radio ID and all that kind of good stuff. You can write them both at the same time if you want to, but I've already written my code plug. I don't need to rewrite it again. So I'm going to do Digital Contact List. I'm going to click OK. And then writing to the radio is much faster than... It's still going to take a few minutes because, again, it's 149,323, I think is what it said, contacts. So it's writing all that information to the part of memory in the radio that holds that contact list. So that way, when you're listening, let me show you this is what the radio screen looks like while it's writing. Even though it's writing right now, it says PC read on the screen. Don't worry about that. It's fine. So right now it's writing those 149,300 some odd contacts to the memory in the radio, so that now when you go and turn your radio to a local repeater or a hotspot or whatever you listen to DMR on, when someone's talking, you'll see that person's name and call sign. Okay? So that is what that is going to allow you to do. And it does take a few minutes just because it's so large. It started over again. It got to 100 and then it goes... And then it came back and it started at 0 again, and now it's going up 5%, 6%. It may not. Sometimes it'll go a little ways and then it'll just complete, like real fast. You may not have to wait the whole time for it. But again, just wait. Don't disconnect it. Don't power your radio down. Make sure everything's where you want it to be, and just be patient with it, because you don't want to hose up anything. You don't want to brick the radio. At some point in time during that, probably when it restarted, it went from PC read to PC write. So I guess maybe it read the file again, because I've already read it once. I guess maybe it read the file. When I clicked on Write Digital Contact List, it read the file in the radio, which if I've already got 100 some odd thousand contacts in that file, it's going to take a while to read it, and now it's writing to it. So now it says PC write. So I guess that's right. So just, again, patience. It's not going to be quick because you got 149,000 some odd content, and that number is just going to go up. If you're watching this video after it's a month or 2 or 3 or 6 months old, that number is much higher by now. At the time of this recording, this radio holds 200,000 contacts. They've updated the HT radio, the 878 Plus, which will also hold 200. Did I say 100 or 200,000? It holds 200,000 contacts. The 578. The HT with the latest firmware also holds 200,000 contacts. So I suspect when that number on RadioID.net gets up to the 185, 190, 195,000 range, you're probably going to see some new firmware come out from Anytone that'll bump it up to 250 or 300,000. I don't know. That's my guess. I haven't heard anything on that, but for the longest time, 100,000 contacts was enough. Now we're halfway through the 200,000 range. We're at 149. So yeah, that speed indicator on the thing is just kind of making its way through. It's still moving. It's at 50% now. Completion percentage, 51%. So it's still moving. Wait for it to get completed. The radio will reboot, and you'll be good to go. 99%. 100%. That took a while. 7, 8, 9 minutes. Something like that. Write data complete. Here's the radio. Copying data to the radio. Don't power off. Booting, please wait. It reboots itself, obviously. I haven't touched it. And there it is right there. So that is that. Writing contacts to the Anytone D578 Triband DMR radio, 149,000 some odd contacts at the time of this recording. You're going to see some more videos upcoming about this radio on this channel. I got a lot of different stuff to talk about, and I imagine that when I start posting these videos, because I'm recording them kind of all at the same time, and I'm going to start putting them up in order, I kind of think that I'll probably get a lot of people asking questions about them. How do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? This is going to be a popular radio. So head over to my friends at R&L Electronics. They have this radio on their website now. Right? Nope. Yes, that's it right there. Anytone ATD 578 UV3 Pro with GPS, APRS, Bluetooth, and Bluetooth PTT. Item is currently in stock. Right there, $399. That's pretty much the same price it is everywhere. Right now, you're not going to find a deal on this radio because Anytone has asked everyone to sell at the same price. That's why you don't really see much of a discount on the 878 radio right now either. You probably find discounts at Hamfests sometimes, but you're not going to find that online. So 73 guys, let me know below who's using this radio. What do you think about the contacts? Is it working well for you? Feedback on the radio at all? Thanks for watching, 73, and we will catch you next time.